So pretty much what I'm trying to say is the dude, his story goes on about when you pick my phone up off the counter and you didn't say and you didn't um report give it to the store or whatever and say someone left this phone here or I mean or yeah, someone left this phone here or whatever. He don't know what happened with the phone, but that don't even matter. He clearly don't know what the fuck happened with the phone. All he knows he put it in someone else's hands. Right? Okay, so someone find the phone after he leave the store. And but just imagine how what daddy thinking. Um like man he whoever got the phone stole it. Is what he's thinking. As he's never seen his phone day one, day two, day three, day four, he's thinking, oh, whoever got the phone stole it. Especially if he go back to Home Depot and they ain't got the money. I mean, and they ain't got the phone for him. You know what I'm saying? Like you go back to the office, like, hey, where's these? Where the shit? And they ain't got it. Okay, so, but he's judging. I mean, he just judging it's just all kinds of shit. How do he know that person's not out to give him that phone? Or that person's not thinking, no, I'm not gonna give this phone to the cash register. I want to give it to him personally. He might give me a reward, if or something. He might, you know what I'm saying? I just want to give it to him personally. I mean, like just myself, and he just ain't saw this person yet neither. But the whole time, these people, these attorney general or whoever, they're thinking. Or no, I'm saying this wrong. The whole time, the dad is thinking that whoever got the phone they have stole it. It's theft. You get what I'm saying? So if I'm the one who got the phone and I've told myself I'm gonna give this phone to this dude personally when I see him. I think I see him every Saturday at the smokehouse, and it is a Sunday, and I get pulled over on a Thursday with a phone reported stole in my pocket. I'm finna have to be the case and explain to them how, hey, actually I was really gonna get this dude back this phone. I just ain't seen him. But everybody calling this man a thief. You stole this phone. You stole it. Why you didn't give it to the da 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 da? And really the problem is on the person that was clumsy, that made it in the first place. You get what I'm saying? And you can't get mad at the person that has the phone in hand at the time and say you wasn't gonna give this back, especially if they gave it. I mean, and when they gave it back, that should have been the end of it. You know what I'm saying? And but pretty much, I'm gonna keep going. The person decided to hang on to the phone and give it to the person and give it back to the person that lost it. But while they not knowing what happened and what's really going on, they blaming somebody for stealing their phone when the problem is really on them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And then the man came. Then I go to their house and give them the phone and get slapped in the mouth. My hands wrapped around my shirt and a knife pulled out on me, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, like you stole this phone from my son or some shit, and that's just like, I mean, it's just like, damn. And I got the facts. Like I said, I got the facts to prove that. So, but when it all comes down to it, I'm no thief. Especially not after I have handed you your phone back. You know what I'm saying? And uh, um and pretty much I gotta explain this the best way. What I was trying to say a while ago. Um after yeah, what I say? Okay. I even before a theft report, or I mean you didn't put in your theft report probably or whatever, reported your phone lost or whatever, but I made it to your house in time on Saturday, ain't get pulled over, none of that, to give you your phone. In response to the reward, if anybody find this phone or has this phone, I'll give them $50. You know what I'm saying? And I show up to your house and hand you and your son the phone back. And y'all jump me, talking about you jump on me, talking about I stole this phone. It just makes no sense right there. The problem, I mean, it just would make no sense at all. Like, nothing just makes sense right there. You're judging, you just putting, you're the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? At the end of that, when you really want to just look at it, you're the bad guy in all ways, and you're mad at yourself. And that's something that's something in this situation you just can't say. I am the problem. I should have never gave my phone to my son. To someone irresponsible, someone that, you know what I'm saying? And that's all this is. And like I was saying, Liggins know who the problem is on. He just don't want to blame them. Like, it gotta be clearly payroll overpaid people. But what he's trying to say is, Ralph, you should have known. So Liggins know who the problem is right there. He just don't want to blame them. And the problem could be him, because he's the dad, giving the phone to payroll, giving the phone to payroll, and they irresponsible with it. They fuck up with it. You get what I'm saying? And he's trying to put the blame on me and Ralph. Or I could just say Ralph, like, oh, you should have known. And like I said, I'm the one with the guy. Somehow, like I said, there has to be someone missing from this story, like a grandpa or something. Because if Liggins know who the problem is, and he just don't want to put the blame on them, then that means he could be the problem. But there was a problem that he noticed when he first got there. When he first got to GISD, that's what he was saying. There's a problem. There's something wrong with this money situation. You know what I'm saying? That ain't Ralph. He can't say right there, Ralph, you know what we're going to do on this part.
But Ralph signed it right here.
Signed what?
They made Ralph resign, right?
That's Ralph's letter.
This is not Ralph's letter.
It say Mr. Ralph Sanders on it.
This is to Ralph. This is what you get whenever they call you into the office and you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Remember when they called me in because we made copies of the Easter thing? Or I let you in the building after hours, blah, blah, blah. They called me into the office, they sat me down, and they had one of these written up. And what it said was, we noticed you're receiving this because we noticed that you're using a copier inappropriately and you're letting people in. This is a warning. You shouldn't have more than so many warnings or else we're going to ask you to resign. Alright? Well, they had already asked Mr. Sanders to resign, right? Mr. Sanders turned in his resignation letter. This is in response to his resignation letter. This is a receipt of your resignation. This letter serves as notification to you that a report will be made to the State Board of Educator Certification, SBEC, to provide notice of the district investigation into concerns of work misconduct by you. More specifically, at the time of your involvement.
Wait, what?
Okay. They're saying right here.
Just read it.
Okay. This letter serves as notification to you that a report will be made to the State Board of Educator Certification, SBEC, to provide notice of the district investigation and to concerns of work misconduct by you. More specifically, at the time your resignation was submitted, the district had conducted an investigation regarding your involvement in the retrieval and delivery of paychecks to a former employee that were not earned by the former employee. Please know that the district's findings and conclusions reached in the district's investigation will be reported to SBEC pursuant to 19 Texas Administrative Code, as well as Section 21. Pursuant to these legal provisions, I'm providing this notice to you prior to the district's acceptance of your resignation. Please be advised that the report to SBEC may result in sanctions against your professional certificate. Ralph had to sign that, which basically meant, okay. Because I had a chance to go back and say, no, I didn't make those copies. You got me fucked up. Go look at the camera. Make sure that's me. If it wasn't me and I didn't do it, I wouldn't sign this. Because basically this is, yep, you're right.
That's what it's saying, like. But it says received by. I mean, that's all it is. He signed that he received it. And it's a copy of it. But that's it's a point, but it's a point in that too, though. But they gotta make sure he saw that. And if he ain't made no complaints towards it, like, no, this is not what happened, and they gonna say, like, he just let it slide, then yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
This is November of the 17. You and I, that was Thanksgiving before the Christmas. I gave you that cheesecake. So you weren't working. You were in school, PJC or whatever. Ralph was there. He was my human resource officer. He hired me for that pre-K job. I was leaving for Thanksgiving break on this day. I didn't think anything about Ralph Sanders not being there. But as soon as we got back, he wasn't there anymore. And it's all because his involvement in the retrieval and delivery of paychecks to a former employee. You. Not 10, not 20 kids. One. So I need to look up,
But that's not what the case is, though. The case says that theft of property from $2,500 up to $30,000, and should.
Yeah, somewhere in between that number, those two numbers, is how much money was missing. And they're saying
that ain't got nothing to do with my case neither, though. That's Ralph's case. My case is theft, or some shit like that. But I don't have anything to do with anything. But I'm starting to get what you're trying to say.
Ralph may know something.
It seemed like Ralph. I don't know. I don't like that neither. But right now, I'm like wondering. Because I wouldn't sign no shit like that. I mean, well, first of all, I mean, if that's what they trying to say, I've even told them just the other day. They asked me, have Ralph ever brought me a check? I told them, yeah. Even one of those checks that they said that was bad. There was times where I went to go get my own check too. But no, I always went to go get my own check out of those paper checks. But at the same time, it was one day where I know for sure one day I was like, can you bring it to me? Because I ain't got no way up there. And he brought me one.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah, I told him
good.
that.
Well, like I said, there ain't nothing wrong with you. I mean, if that person was willing to give that homeless man money and calls that man to their car and says, here, that man is not supposed to be in charge of paying them back.
What do you mean?
Um, okay, first of all, you punched a time clock every day, right?
When I could remember.
Okay, so if you didn't punch a time
I
clock,
did a time sheet.
did they come that week and say, hey, you didn't punch in here, you need to do a timesheet?
All the fucking time. Yes.
Okay, so that's where you gotta look.
What do you mean?
Payroll is responsible for collecting all of that data,
Mhm.
that or whatever,
Mhm.
and when it doesn't equal out and they say, hey, go ahead and fix this timesheet real quick because you didn't clock in on Tuesday. They didn't have that, yet still we're paying you checks. Where you weren't every day. So who was giving them the timesheet?
James Evans had to be giving them the time sheets. That's who I worked for.
At the time of your firing?
Yeah, and all that. And the one who was trying to get me fired, the one who quit before Liggins went to work for city council, the one who kept telling me, Mr. Brookins, you gotta do your time sheets, man. Yeah, Mr. Evans, he's the one who I worked for the time with the time sheets.
Did you sign your name on timesheets?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where you need to talk to Mr. Shelton tomorrow. We got it, baby.
What do you mean?
These checks that were written to you, you weren't there at the school. You had already resigned.
Mhm.
But somebody, payroll, was writing a check for you because in front of them they had a timesheet. So it's possible that James Evans was making you a timesheet to get Ralph in trouble. He was like, here, give this guy a paycheck. Or, all right. Look at this.
James Evans, and then it's a lady named Miss T-Lon who I used to sub for at the front office. She would walk me through the time sheets to make sure I was doing them right. She would make sure I had them turned in because it was her job to make sure I got paid and it was just her job to make sure everybody hours was correct by the end of the week. They had their time sheets in and all that. The lady at the front desk who would tell the students, your parents is here to pick you up. Come to the front office. Whoever that lady is right there at the front office. I used to sub for her all the time, and I wasn't even supposed to because I wasn't certified to do that. But James Evans had me doing that when I was just there to be a teacher, paraprofessional. Now that I think about it, he had me doing the shit at that job, probably 3 days a week. That's crazy right there. Now that I think about that, but I did good at it. But no matter what, I always forgot to do my time. Not my time sheet. I always forgot to clock in, and they be like, "Dang, Mr. Brookins, shit, you don't want to get paid?" And I'd be like, "Hey, that's my loss. Shit, I was here." but at the same time, I do my time sheet, but I ain't never got paid for a day I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never. Like, this is something I had to tell the ATG. It done been times where I done came to work and they be like, Mr. Brookins, you ain't did a time sheet you ain't clocked in all week. This is exaggeration. You ain't clocked in Monday through Friday, but you been here. You ain't trying to get paid. And I say some shit like, hey, that's my loss. They be like, nah, bro, you gotta do a time sheet. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get paid. So that's what I mean. I've never did no time sheets and said I've been there 15 hours when I was only there 8 hours. But I have clocked in before some mornings and never clocked out. Miss T-Line called me at 6 o'clock in the damn evening. Mr. Brookins, you ain't clocked out during lunch, nigga. You ain't clocked out at the end of the... You clocked in, but you ain't did no clocking out. Make sure you fix that on the timesheet tomorrow. And I'd be like, God damn. And I have to go through on the timesheet and say, clocked in at 7:30, left at 11:25, came back at 11:55, clocked out at 3:30. Just fill in what I did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and what I mean is I ain't never got paid for a day I wasn't there, an hour I wasn't there, and
But you have.
and somehow.
Miss T-Line.
But and I don't know. But I don't know. We gonna have to tell me what you mean. Because I'm like being real honest right now with this shit. Because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. But yeah, and I know for sure I've if anything, I've took a loss and missed out on some money because I came there and forgot to clock in on a couple of days and not knowing how that went since I don't know what the fuck they done did with my time sheets. But I do know I have made complaints that this check look a little short and nobody would do anything about it. But now it's like an issue that they feel like I done been overpaid. It's funny. But I don't know, it's like James Evans, the dude that always been trying to get me fired for small shit, who was calling the kids out the classroom, trying to ask them questions. Have Mr. Brookins ever been in your house? Have you ever saw him smoke drugs? Has he ever tried to hang out with y'all on the weekends? All that kind of shit. And I told them all that. This dude been trying to get me fired. I feel like he been trying to set me up and all kinds of shit. And when he thought he had something one day when his best friend Coach Sue, who's been working for him for years, tried to disturb me in the gym, and I told off, and he thought he could fire me for that, but Mr. Jeffries had already left around this time, and he had to report that to Dr. Liggins that he laid me off for what he laid me off for. Dr. Liggins told him, no, you have to hire Mr. Brookins back. That's not a reason to fire him, and he quit his job and went to work for city council. He don't like me. I don't care what nobody say. That man don't like me. I've been trying to tell people that. Don't like that, especially not by no black man. All his life he been getting his way.
Doesn't like to admit his mistakes.
All his life he been getting his way. Whoever he say fired. You gotta. Jeffrey's like, okay, James Evans says you gotta go. Dr. Liggins told him something different. Black man, he worked for a black man now. And believe it or not, that was effective to a person like James Evans who was scared of me. Just because I was black. Was scared of me. And I was never I was like, you know who I am. He was scared of me. My presence, I swear.
Okay.
And I was the only black man that worked for I was the only black man he had in his building. I told you, he had nothing but young ass white girls walking around working in little ass skirts like they wanted me to holler at them or something so they can foul something on me. I was the only black man he had working there. And other than that, it was another little short black girl my same height he had working there that would assist me with wiping ass. He don't like me. But he needed me. For Preston, well, I ain't gonna put his name out there. He needed me. But and like it's like crazy. I strongly believe, I know I was set up by that man. It's personal how he feel. Hey, Dr. Liggins saving him. He feel like Ralph done saved me in some bullshit or whatever. So, and he feel like I gotta be got somehow. And she even asked, they even spoke on this in the meeting the other day. Have you ever been favored out? Like, it seems like people say that they got fired for, that hundreds of people have been fired for things that you've done and you got away with it because you knew Ralph. Like that kind of bad. That's what she said. So this has to be someone like James Evans that didn't get their way or something and felt like I did, and they felt like they had the power to go to city council and go to work on me. I probably sound crazy, but god damn it, I was there. And I know what's going on. That man is trying to set me up. Do I sound crazy?
Mm-mm. No. You had custodians.
I'm trying to figure this timesheet shit out
Let
too.
me tell you this. Custodians, other aides, food service workers, they all have to punch in. Teachers, principals, that sort of thing, they get a salary, right?
Mm-hmm.
So payroll knows Tana Dishner is a salary person. She's going to get the same amount every single time. However, she's got to punch in and punch out too. I get in trouble for that all the time anyway. However, Laura, you get paid on a actual clock in, clock out situation. Now there's somebody watching you, Miss Jeffers, in my situation, making sure you get paid at the end of the day. Because that's her job. That's one of her responsibilities. She's got to make sure that you did that so you can get paid what you owe, what you're worth, what you're whatever. Okay? Regardless of whether you forget or whatever, payroll has to have something in front of them for classified workers. I'm a certified worker. You were a classified worker. Classified workers have something in front of them so that the person knows how many hours to do for the check. Now, Laura is the same time every day, every week. However, her absentees are different. If she takes off a day, if she, she can add up to, if she's there every day, then she gets a day. There's different things that happen for classified people. Okay, still, do you remember what date it was you turned in your resignation letter?
I do remember though, this is random, I want you to keep going. Ralph was telling me not too long ago that they had James Evans in the meeting, and he agreed that he was nervous because, and I don't know, Ralph was trying to tell me it seemed like they was catching up to him in some kind of lie, like he a part of the setup.
Yes, I think so, because I never thought about it until just this moment, but somebody has to have, where do those paychecks go? The pay stubs.
Right there.
Oh, okay. 9/13/2017.
This brain thinks more.
Was it ASOP or something like that you clocked into?
ASAP, it was what I went to when I wanted to put in the sub, and yeah, I think that's where I could go see how much my paycheck was going to be, how much hours I've done in that week. So or the week before, once they put it in, I can go see what I think that's what all that was. ASAP. That's where I go put in for a sub for sure though. You know that part. I saw you do
So,
ASOP.
without a timesheet or punching in,
That's where I used to be. That's where I used to sign in and clock out on ASOP.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go to ASOP and find out when the last time you clocked in was. They can do that shit. That's what Mr. Shelton's here for. You call them and you say, the last time I even wrote a timesheet or anything like that, which is what they're supposed to go off of on making a check. I wasn't even at the school. How did the payroll get my name mixed up? Well, there wasn't any. Go
I
find
had
that.
resigned.
Go find that piece of paper that says
That's
I
what
worked.
that's what I keep saying. What did they look at and had to type up this check by? I keep saying that. What the fuck was looked at to where they had to type up this damn check on me?
Yeah, they're thinking you're stupid. They're thinking that you're not going to think of all these things. The lady, I mean, I know she was probably a buddy of yours, but she was also a buddy of Mr. Evans too, and she probably submitted something in your name or whatever for you to get paid, so that they planned this all out. I promise you.
She's done. She done helped me with my time. She didn't even did some of them for me. I done told her. I done stood over her and said, for instance, Miss Ceylon, yesterday I forgot to clock out. Can you give me a time sheet? And she'll probably say something like, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it, Mr. Brookins. I got you. Cause they know I was always that's just how it was. I was consistent on forgetting to clock in. I was just coming to work getting busy.
Yep, and they're not going. They know exactly.
They set
know
me
exactly
up,
what they're
baby.
doing.
They set me up.
Not necessarily you. They're trying to set Ralph up
But they feel like they can step on my neck with it.
because
I mean,
they think you're going to say something.
like, but what? It ain't nothing
They
to
think-
say.
They think they don't think that you're going to know how to backtrack.
Or how to get myself out of this.
Yeah.
Shit, crazy. Damn, I hope Miss T-Line ain't doing me like that. Hey, and you know what, Tonda? I swear to God, I made a Facebook today. A new one. Just because I can't post nothing on my other ones. I haven't added not one person. But on the people you may know this person. The counselor for the 6th grade center when I worked there, a single white lady with a mixed black child named Kelly Wiggins. I forgot her first name, but her last name Wiggins. It's like the 8th person on that list. I don't have her on none of my social media accounts, on none of my Facebooks. But when I just know she saw that face, and she clicked on. She had to be on my profile or something for it to say, you may know this person. People you may know. You know what I'm saying? And that just made me think. These people, like, they watching and all kinds of shit, and they all got something to do with James Evans. Remember I told you this girl named Allison Fincher, I felt like she was following me to work every day just to see if it seemed like I was smoking on my way there or anything. She's the head of the science teachers, and I was her aide in her science class. Where she left for half of the school year to go birth the baby, I think, and his best friend, Miss May, came and subbed for him. And all this shit seems spotted, but I mean at the same time, like I said, it's like they was trying to get me to flirt with these girls and all that, and so they could get me right there with how they. And when I first applied for GISD, they was getting a man like this. He was getting investigated on for sexual harassment, telling the teacher Pretty much, I want that. I'm trying to hit that. And he lived right around the corner from me. He came and told me, I know you got my job. Watch out for them hoes. They gonna smile in your face. They gonna lead you right on. But the moment you jump on, they gonna go report you, bro. That's what he told me. They had me working right there with that, right in the classroom with the lady that he did his sexual harassment to, and she was just like that. He was not lying, and she winded up with the principal. She wound up dating the principal that same month for the rest of the year. For years, I watched her and the principal come together in the couple and start dating each other. The head principal was okay with it. All kinds of shit. They was together. It seemed like and they like she reported that nigga. He fired the nigga and started dating her. And they hired me on. Like I was finna catch a case. And like I said, I always go, and I used to tell Ralph, they used to tell me, go to work with your head straight up, don't get in no trouble, you know what I'm saying? I tell them, I ain't worried about nothing, these hoes be trying to get me to talk to them, I ain't stupid though. And that's just how I feel. Yeah, I feel like I was set up. And then, I'm happy to still recording. Asa Dennis, one of my homeboys, I told him, hey bro, apply for this PE position that's open right now at the 6th grade center. Because they sent our teacher to go coach at the high school or something. I forgot what the situation was, but he applied. Young black boy, he was older than me by like 5 years, but he applied for the position and he got it. He was working right at the 6th grade center with me. It was crazy. I swear to God, we was walking down our way like, damn, bro, but he was at my house every day before the job, recording music with me. I mean, I told him, bro, apply for this job, nigga. I bet you get it. And he got it. This is how he got fired. He fucked Miss Fincher. And Miss Fincher's husband found out about it and said, you are going to say this man raped you. And she went with it. And how did he beat his case? He still had the text message of her telling him, come back. Come back tonight. That saved his life. They tried to get him. I swear to God.
You need to contact him.
Asa Dennis and his uncle died on working for GISD on duty. Fell out the back of the truck. Steve Dennis fell out the back of the truck. Died on the highway on duty. I think on duty. I just know that's how he died. Steve Dennis, working for GISD, passed away. Fell off the back of a truck.
When was that?
Shit. What? I gotta do this. Everything I'm saying is facts.
Well, I believe that. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to get a time frame.
When did Steve Dennis pass away? I don't know. But the person that you and Real got in touch with, his name was Parrish Dennis. When I was in jail, Real was telling me, bro, Parrish a real nigga, bro. Parrish said he know what you going through, bro, and he gonna look out the best way he can, bro. I'm happy I'm recording this. It is some conspiracy going on. But like I said, I've been set up the first year I was working there. The second year, the third year, everybody trying to get me fired. Miss Wanniger. I mean, these people trying to get me fired for the smallest thing. They trying to get me out of character. They trying to get me worked up. All kinds of shit. And I was, like I told you, I was very spiritual at this time. I was going to work, coming home, reading the Bible. Going to work, coming home, reading the Bible. Watching miracles and shit happen on TV at church. I was stuck on that shit. So I went to work aware, conscious, and it's like God over protecting me, watching over me for real. But everything I just told you is facts, like, and James Evans is like.
Why did you get on his Facebook page?
It's like he using his people to set people up.
But it's not just him. It's a whole group of them.
It's a group of them, and you remember we saw a whole group of them. We got them on the computer, on my drive. We found all kind of pictures of Officer Calendar standing next to Allison Fincher, her little sister, they grandma, they cousin, they all know each other. The whole Hunt County is a part of this shit. And that's what Jarrell was exposing when they shut his Facebook down. The whole Hunt County been a part of this shit.
They're all in bed together. Yes, they all have this,
When the millions of dollars came up missing, that they say came up missing, I could name all kinds of principals and head people that disappeared. They probably all part of this shit.
yeah,
Keeping quiet, watching it happen.
this is how school districts get money. About 80% of it comes from the state of Texas, okay?
Yeah.
80% of it, I would say, maybe less, a little less, comes from the state.
Mhm.
The other 20% may come from, okay. When I say the state, I mean taxpayers, granddad, your mom, people who have a home is what it's based on. They pay a tax, and it goes towards the school to be able to pay the teachers, to be able to get a new program for the kids to learn, to whatever. There's somebody who comes up with a budget. Every year, that budget changes due to whether or not you use the money or not. If you don't use the money, you don't get it back again. That's why every time, whenever you're a teacher,
So they make
say,
sure they try to use it all.
use your money, or else
Make
you're
sure
gonna lose
take
it.
them on a field trip,
Yes.
all that. Make sure you
Yes.
get some field trips in, all that. I know about
Uh-huh.
that. I
Okay.
know how that be going.
So when Dr. Liggins stepped in, this is all that I'm trying to figure out. You tell the state probably a year ahead of time what you're gonna need for the year coming up. So you gotta think about it. We have pre-K through 12th grade, but we also have special classes. We also have football team. We also have robotics. We also have blah, blah, blah. So all these people are saying, I need about $8,000 to support my year in science for 8th grade, blah, blah, blah. So he's got to total all that up, and it's going to be $8 million. So he tells the state of Texas, I'm going to need about $8 million.
Miss Hall, I hate to cut you off. I told you about Miss Hall, Miss DJ Hall. She was a DJ. I had a mixed kid
Mm-hmm.
going through relationship problems. I worked for her.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she was a part of the setup. Just his conspiracy. Mr. Brooks would probably try to talk to her. She was a DJ. She the one gave me that music industry book.
Mm-hmm.
She used to give me rides home. I'm telling you, I was scared to hop on her, but I felt like this woman think I'm scared, or she want me to say something. Give me a ride home, bro. Let me borrow money.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this nigga was talking about, probably. Don't fall for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I never fell for it.
Mm-hmm.
But please continue. You was on the 8 million. How they give the total to the Dr. Liggins, and he posted he was in he fucked up with it. But I think I get what you was trying to say. That's why I said that. But you was on the part where they get about 8 million probably, and they make sure you spend your money. Everybody make sure you take your
Yeah,
kids.
I'm not sure really where I was going with that, other than you don't just overnight wake up and find that you're $30 million in the hole. You know?
Like $40 or $54 million has been missing. Well, the thing is that's why I said it had to already be a problem. I guess 'cause it seemed like these are even facts. That's what we do. I read that today on the article you showed me. Dr. Liggins got hired, and discovered that $54 million was missing or something.
Uh-huh.
He felt. What happened with that conspiracy, or why did he even feel that way? Like it was something ahead of us on top already, like something bigger than us going on. and what they didn't want to put it on that, so they go into like just a little piece of, I don't know, but
Who's still there? Ralph. Everybody else took off, left.
they dipped. They got the fuck out of there
And Ralph probably didn't know anything about it, or did.
and stayed or so. That's what. And this is something Jarrell was telling me. Bro, Ralph probably did know, bro. Everybody got their cut and left. Ralph tried to stay.
But why would he do that? What was his...
He didn't get the position. I don't even. I used to tell him, Ralph, you supposed to apply for that Dr. Liggins position. When everybody found out Jeffrey was leaving, I was happy for Ralph. Like, bro, you finna move up now. Like, you supposed to get that. You've been working 30 years, whatever. That's your position. And I don't even think he applied for it, but I think he did. He just didn't get it. They gave it to another black man that no one even fucking knew. Looked like a fucking reptile.
Doesn't that tell you something too?
And the black man came and told Ralph, I'm buying this house right on the next street from you.
Uh-huh.
And he bought the new Cadillac. Ralph had the all black one. Everybody loved Ralph Cadillac in the G. This nigga came and bought the new Cadillac though. And told Ralph, I'm finna move about this house right. I mean, goddamn, Ralph was telling me about that. I said, oh, Ralph, that nigga told you that? He trying to stun on you. He don't like you, bro. He trying to stun on you. Like, nigga thought he had something. Shit, that's how I looked at it. They trying to hire another nigga that's like this. Like, then the nigga gay. He married to another man. So it's like, what are y'all really doing here? He mad at Ralph or some shit.
No,
it's just
people
weird.
behind him. It's like people behind the
behind
curtain.
him. Yeah,
They're all puppets.
Yeah.
The people who are behind the curtain, and somebody is ruling the show, and somebody knows how it's going to end up, and somebody is saying, no, they get a blessing, and no, they get jail. And we'll fuck them because they don't know any better, and then those people are going to move away and get away with it. We'll put it on them because they're still here, and we know we can get them.
That's how I look at it. Yeah, that's exactly how I look at it. They know where the problem really is too, and they don't want to put it on them because they all probably getting a piece of it.
Exactly.
It's millions involved in that shit.
Yep. And see, we should have got a pipe.
What the fuck?
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm sorry.
But
yeah,
and that's what's fucked up now that I think about it. It was millions at first on the conspiracy. And when my brother went on Facebook and started doing video after video after video talking about how he watched teachers steal money from games. He even hit a lick on thousands of dollars one season from the school district. It been money missing. And he, like he said, he even had students vouching for it. Yeah, I remember Coach Juarez then was supposed to take us to Whataburger with like $600 after the game, and because we lost, they pocketed that shit one day. Then he had students commenting on there saying this. He had teachers commenting on there saying, damn, this is deep, bro. They gonna get you for this. You better quit talking like this. They shut Jarrell Facebook down. Every video got deleted, and they dropped that $1 million shit and picked it up 2 years later with this $2,530,000 shit, because they wasn't gonna beat it. They had to consider. I kept telling Jarrell, bro, they gotta consider what you're saying in these. They gotta consider that deep shit, and they gonna have to go touch all these teachers and ask them about what you saying.
No.
And you got these students, teachers, all these people agreeing with you. They gotta consider that.
Yeah.
They dropped it.
They punished him through you.
I'm telling you, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. It is some lying going on. It is, because I'm wondering, remember how I used to tell you, how the fuck are these people riding around Greenville knowing, like Chris Burden, nigga, you the one who paid, I worked for you during these 6 years of Jazzy. You the one who paid me every day, bro. You see, you the one who paid me every week or 2 weeks. What the fuck? You ain't got nothing to say, bro. Like, you know I ain't never got nothing that I wasn't supposed to get.
Mm-hmm.
These people ain't they just watching it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I told you all this? How the fuck are y'all just watching this happen? I worked with y'all every day. I went to get, people my age. How the fuck do y'all not know that Tevin ain't supposed to be going through what he going through?
Mm-hmm.
it's like everybody know
Mm-hmm.
they covering up.
They're just silent, and that's part of the evilness. What do they say that you being silent? You're just if you hear racial something or whatever, and you just stand there and don't speak up,
You're
and you're
part
part
of
of it. Well,
That's what it is.
babe,
And then, I mean, Jarrell was really on it, baby. My brother was on it to the point where he was saying some shit like, yeah, GISD split them millions, bro, and somebody didn't get a cut, or somebody saw what was really happening in GISD and opened their mouth, or was about to open their mouth, and the prosecutor killed him. Everybody a part of this shit. The prosecutor killed him. Ran Global Walker, right in front of Bowie. Ran over the crossing guard. Killed him. Old lady. Next week, 2 weeks later, her husband died. You remember these articles we read? Think about this shit. They all a part of some kind of conspiracy. And Jarrell, my brother, was on top of this shit at one point in time. Why ain't nobody did nothing to Noble Walker? Why the fuck is he walking? Like, like, oh, it's great. And then somebody even on YouTube was saying it needs to be some kind of investigation. This was a high lawyer up there. He was saying it got to be some kind of investigation in that county. Something ain't right.
or they could have paid him off.
I'm telling you, this shit crooked, and I do need to get the fuck away from here.
And who would have paid them off?
City, I mean, just whoever got the millions.
She
Yeah.
worked for GISD.
GISD.
He worked for the DA.
And it's just perfect. They didn't even consider a case. The family, I mean, they even dropped it, I think. They probably
He
got
came
a
and said,
cut.
"I'm sorry."
They probably got a cut. They probably gave the whole family
Yeah, shut
millions to shut up.
Mhm. That's where that's where a lot of it is. But they're coming at you for a $1,500 overpayment.
To throw it
No.
all off.
No, you need to just
This is crazy, right? Crazy. It's
Yeah.
way bigger than me.
Yeah.
It's way bigger
And
than this.
but they think that, well, we'll cover it up because I think what they're thinking is,
I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
And you want to know what else? They beat me if they had me in jail.
Mm-hmm.
If I couldn't do what I'm doing right now, I'll be running out of notebook paper. And what I tell you, I'm almost done with this notebook. I'm gonna write my ass off. The next time the commissary list came around, I tried to buy a notepad. They said they ain't got no more.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want me to keep writing. They don't want me to do what I'm doing now. And I'm supposed to be just locked up, going on like 9%. Like, yeah, that's what's going on.
Yeah, you were.
They don't want me to
you're not
figure it
supposed to be
out. Yeah, they think they really was. Yeah, they are plotting.
She went ape shit, and she was sweet as can be the other day. Hi, but she went ape shit in that trial or in that court. First of all, I want to discuss the lowering of his bond. Who authorized that lowering?
I remember that now.
Mm-hmm.
That was that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
She don't give a fuck.
No. No, they're all crooked as can be. And I keep thinking of that other person who I didn't even know was questioning with her, coming up to my window and asking me how long ago James had left.
He's like the head
Well, first
of her.
of all,
She's his
How
assistant.
did you even? Who are you? How did you even know? I had spoken to James. How did you? You know, it's
Well, he-
all somebody's sitting behind something. They're all crooked. They're all not crooked, but they're sneaky. Sneaky is the best word. Trying to get you to say something they can use against you.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I think James them will even let me feel. Like I've been saying, they'll even let me feel. Go in there without me, let me talk to these people, knowing they professionals and just looking for something. That's why I think I need to do what God has had me do and say, fuck James now. Stay silent and go beat this shit myself with a proper presentation that I know is, I put my faith in myself. But I also go get another fucking lawyer that'll work for cheap, because I got this shit. You know what I mean? We really got this shit. But if James now, I've been telling you, I feel like they on their side. They it's court appointed. She couldn't wait to say Fred Shelton. And I told you how he was treating me when I first met him. Thought he was gonna overtalk me, all kinds of shit, telling me, oh, that doesn't even sound right, cause I was behind bars and shit. Like now they wanna, nah, man, I don't know. I don't know about them. I keep telling you that.
I mean, you're not very trusting of people like that because
They even pulling up this untext bullshit. They are childish. Like they are crooked. They trying to get it all the way off the GISD shit. And I know for a fact I need to get Jarrell to go right back in, say everything he know, everything he used to talk about.
with all due respect, getting Darrell involved with your case is not going to help you in one bit.
I hear what you're saying, but that I need him to state the facts again. And
What gives him any authority to say any facts, though?
because he will expose himself. I went into the damn office one day, and after and shit, I seen Coach Jarvis counting that money. He put that shit in the envelope, took it in the office, opened that file cabinet, and sat it in there, and walked out. I went in right after him, grabbed that little 1,200 and bills. And ain't nobody ever complained. Ain't nobody ever said there's money missing. Ain't nobody ever said, where's this $1,200 in the office? Who took it?
Who did that?
So what that meant, what that told my brother intelligent ass, is money getting took out this bitch all day, every day. They ain't counting up shit or something. Right now, they ain't counting up nothing. I just hit their ass for 1,200 and they ain't asked this teacher, they ain't asked that, they ain't asked no student, they ain't said shit. What did that tell you? On top of all the other videos he posting with I'm telling you, my brother had it. He had a good point, and they shut his Facebook down. Every video got deleted. I swear he had our coach from 6th grade. He had teachers on there. Like, bro, this shit make a lot of sense, but you better take this shit down. You really you just exposed you just told on yourself. Like, he didn't give a fuck. He was trying to help me because he knew something. I swear to God. I swear to God. And he kept telling me, bro, they can't do shit to me. But that story, I mean, I swear my brother, I gotta get him to do that all over again. It been money. He talking about thousands or millions that came up missing. They been robbing this shit. They been getting this money and not adding it to the system. So Dr. Liggins wondered, has it been 10,000 games and only $5,000 worth of tickets sold in the last 3 years? Type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like y'all been getting money, y'all been receiving money for fundraisers and this and that, and these numbers, it's like it gotta be at least 54 fucking million missing for sure after calculations off of just numbers. It's been 10,000 events that's supposed to bring in $10,000 for sure each, and it's only 20,000 in this stash. So shit like that.
Well,
Yeah. And everybody been a part of it. And once it all came down to them getting exposed, they all left.
maybe the thing is this.
I bet. I bet.
You know how Drew Brees made the statement, and the next day I'm like, what? Who the fuck cares what Drew Brees says? Like, can we get back to the real issues here?
Jarrell got kicked out of school. Okay? Jarrell got fucked with by all his life by the police. And it ain't just cause he was hard headed. Shit made him that way too. They got kicked. That Jarrell scored goddamn 22 points a game in high school, varsity, shortest on the team. Started. I know who my brother is. Shit. They start fucking with him. Kicked him out of school. Shit. I know who my brother is. My brother got paperwork. You see all that shit he got saved? You think I got some shit over here? My brother got paperwork too, where where he can sue Kelly Akins. These people that lied on him in court. But I mean, like, I don't know. I just don't know. He had all this shit and the paperwork, baby, on these videos. He showed the people where he could sue Kelly Akins right fucking now. Look at this bitch lied, y'all. She did, and then look like, I mean, he got paperwork. He was going to work for me. I remember, and they shut his shit down. Still ain't picked up his case. That Walmart shit, they don't even want to fuck with Jarrell. Trust me, they don't want to fuck with Jarrell. He was supposed to went to court. He ain't been to court or nothing. He done bailed out, and they want him to fuck up right now, so they can then do something. Right now, all they can do is give him 3 months of jail for that little baby shit. That what he's trying. That is nothing. They can't. So they ain't got nothing. I done been to court more than him. And you get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know who Jarrell is. They fucking with him too. But on not even just that, he knows something. He knows something. I'm telling you, the videos my brother was posting are teachers that then got fired, or oh yeah, fuck Kent County. I mean, he has official shit, paperwork, official shit where he could if he wanted to get this shit going, these people will really lose jobs. Like, seriously, answers for this. He's saying y'all took him to a blind side. He wrote these shit. Y'all took him to the blind side and tied his fucking hands to his legs and put him back like this. Answer for you gonna have to answer for this shit. He even saying shit on camera. They done did him like this camera. Like he can get this. He can push the issue if he want to. And they know it's real. They didn't think he had that paperwork. You know what I'm saying? They ain't fucking with Jarrell. Like I said, if he do these videos again, or if I start just doing videos or some shit, well, I ain't even gonna do that. I'm gonna come how I come. I just know that with all we've been talking about, it all goes back to where it all started. The deeper we get into this and figuring it out, flashbacks start coming back to me. My brother was right, all the way from the noble walk to the conspiracy of him killing that cross guard. He was right. Mm-hmm. Like, seriously, that's what all that has to be brought up in court. Man, what's up with this? Our prosecutor, and y'all trying to, like, this little 1500 is like, at the point, all the points that we can go to, it is some covering up going on, and this shit is way bigger than this little 1500. It's other shit they gotta start investigating on. With all the shit we got, they gotta start investigating on other shit. and they won't do that if I can. And I keep telling them I feel like I was set up. That's the main fucking thing where all this is gonna start coming out. They gonna start exposing shit. I feel like I'm a part of a setup. There's some conspiracy going on. There's some weird shit going on, and I feel like somebody trying to put some of this, put some blame on me to cover up for something.
Yep. You know, and we'll work with the district attorney, right?
Yeah. And they can use these time sheets and manipulate it to something, and yeah, they feel like they got a good case right now, and they trying to do what they doing, and it's fucked up. It really is fucked up.
I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. You take care of me in this little
Situation.
running over this cross lady, and I'll make sure that you get your you get protected when it comes to all these millions
I'll
being
get you
taken.
this city council job. I'll let you work for city council if
Well, that's not his. Right? I mean, he can't hire.
you give me some of them millions that GI. Mr. Evans got some of them millions too. Mr. Evans is a smart white man who been working for GIC for years, who probably told people about the plan. Or they all just probably, I don't know how it probably went, but he said some shit like, damn, what is that? He said some shit like, you take this, prosecutor, student, old student, hey, you take this 10 million bucks, or Mr. Jeffries said, hey, prosecutor, student, you take this 10 million bucks and you get the lady. I have a huge plan, and I'm gonna disappear. Everyone's sitting down. We having meetings. We taking pictures. We can find them online. Hey, we sitting down. We taking pictures. Hey, we have a club. This is club. I mean, this is real club. We all meet up, and they meet up at clubs. And what happened at Club Lake, stay at Club Lake. And the black man that hired me one year used to tell me, Mr. B, don't ever go to that party, bro. You going? I was like, I'm finna go turn up. He said, bro, it's a setup. They gonna see if you smoke your weed, your good, and they gonna get you. And I never went. I get it. They got a club. They got a team. They got a little organization, pretty much. I don't know what it is, but Mr. Jeffries possibly ran it. The head of everything. He was crooked as fuck. He the one hired me back after having the weed in Sulphur Springs. Told me all my kids smoke. I understand. Just don't disappoint me again. Don't let me down again. You know what I'm saying? This man ran the district. He had I'm talking about everybody going to Club Lake, turning up. They wanted me to go. I never went. Out of 6 years, they did it every year. I never went. Okay, boom. He probably told prosecutor, hey, look, everybody with it except for this bitch. And we told her about it, and she gonna say something. We know she is. The moment shit start coming out, it start happening, she gonna say something. And you the fucking prosecutor. Who else to not sew this deal up in Hunt County if it ain't you? Kill her. You make the sacrifice.
Yeah, somebody owes.
Right?
Somebody owes Mr. Jeffries a huge favor in order for him just to take off.
Right? From $200,000 a year? I think I just said it. Who else to know that everybody gonna get away with this? If the prosecutor don't sew it up. You kill her. You kill the one who go against the oath. Who gonna speak out. You kill her. And then everybody gonna shut up to the end.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Everybody a part of it. Jeffries got lost, got out of sight, and everybody living in this shit. They come that. Wow, that and all I'm telling you, baby, that's what's going on. Look at them pictures we got. I'm gonna have them sliding through the slideshow in this video. All them pictures we got, they all know each other. They all chilling. They all having fun. They all partying.
Isn't that what they're trying to get against you with Ralph? That you just know the guy?
Yeah, y'all just know 'em. So it gotta be maybe y'all y'all all know each other. Maybe this is
How would
right.
they even know? How would they even go to that thought without them doing it themselves?
I mean they know I know Ralph. I mean, what's up, Ralph? I mean, they know we know each other. I mean, he give me a ride when I ain't got it. I mean, he dropped me off at work every morning till I got a car. You know what I'm saying? They know we know each other.
Well, yeah. But does everybody know that Officer Hamilton has got his arm around Allison Fincher at the party?
And all familied up and but everybody in a fucking group. That's all that matters. They ain't at work. It's 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at goddamn night. They at somebody else. Taking family group pictures and shit. Nah, these people are like in power and they have. And Mr. Evans was a fucking mastermind and they went with it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if the prosecutor of the county sews it up. You killed the bitch. Everybody was with it. Hey, we got this deal going on. We got everybody that's with it, and the ones that's not with it that we all know that even positive, we got to get rid of them. And then it's probably, I mean, you just never know it's just going
Ralph
on.
was one of them.
It's still going on.
And he wasn't gonna do he was one of the crossing guards. I mean,
He don't get no cut.
uh-uh.
So we just gonna put it on him or hush him up.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't think we was gonna figure this out.
Nope.
It been figured out. That's why they dropped it in the first place, because this is where we was at with it.
And we're getting closer and closer.
Yep. Right back on it. I'm telling you, I need to call Jarrell. I know you don't know what I know. I'm
just
feeding
know
all
he's-
this is coming off his thoughts. Trust me, I'm feeding off what I'm thinking about what my brother used to say. And it all made sense. It's falling in place. Noble Walker walked and it was a dude asking how the fuck are y'all letting that slide in Hunt County? It's something up with that.
Yeah.
On the news.
Yeah, I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That needs to be investigated
Yeah,
on.
it needs to be investigated on, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And had that ever happened?
Nope. I need him. Whoever he was, I need to call him. He'll work for free up with this. He'll want to go to work on it. And they want to have my trial right here in Greenville.
How do you know that?
Because you said it. They want to have Ralph trial somewhere else to give him a fair case. We know what it's like if they have it right here in Greenville. They all know each other. They paid the jury.
That's what I'm telling you. And I told James that the other day. He said this will result in one or three things. One, they'll drop it. Two, they'll put a petty whatever misdemeanor. Three, it'll go to trial. And I said, well, if it does go to trial, then he better get the same opportunity that Ralph did and get out of Hunt County. Oh, well, we'll definitely put that, definitely when we have to cross that bridge, we'll cross it to, when we get there or whatever. Another thing he said was, I said something about payroll needs to be questioned, and once they get involved and once we figure out what they have to say, then all of this might make sense to me. But coming after Tevin, who had nothing to do with any of this. He didn't write the check. All he did was cash it. If Kevin's at fault for anything, it's cashing a check. But when somebody gives me a check, I don't question it, especially if I go to the bank and it clears. I take the money. He is not a thief for taking what was given to him. You know, and he said, "Oh, trust me, we have word from, or we have spoken." How did he say it? There will be some subpoenas delivered if we have to go that route or something like that.
What are subpoenas?
Somebody knows. Okay, so you were. You have to come to court and testify. You have. I mean, they may subpoena me just for knowing you. You know, they may subpoena the guy that worked with you, whose uncle died on duty. They may, you know, just for to shock, not to shock, but to. Have you ever seen, like, on movies when they say, Your Honor, we would like to question so-and-so and so forth, and the other side go, oh, where did he come, you know?
Mm-hmm.
How did they get in touch with him, or why is he here, or, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like what James Evans would be subpoenaed, because he's not a defendant or a plaintiff. He's, or whatever the other word is. He's nobody right now. He's just somebody who might know something, who might be able to give some facts. What was I talking about?
Okay. And I heard you. But goddamn, baby, it's went way further now. And you gotta know, and what I know now is these little small ass conversations they having with me. Just the other day, I know they know I gotta know they know all this shit, but I don't need them to know that I know all this shit. But if I do let them know I know all this shit, that's when they'll probably know, damn, if he can get somebody to investigate that. Because we have said a lot of shit that needs to be investigated already on this video. About how they maybe wasn't even putting them fundraiser money to shit. So Dr. Liggins was like, hey, something is wrong here. And he even know, hey, but we'll give you $200,000 a year to shut up, nigga. Or we're gonna put a case on you. They got a case on Dr. Liggins right now too. But hey, something's wrong here. And Dr. Liggins probably even know what the fuck is going on if he uses his head. But he's scared. He's scaring them, or he either distracted with his own shit, or he either like,
Or he might
or he's a part of it.
Or he might be a new superintendent and need the approval of everybody in the community,
Yeah,
and try to look like a hero for finding the crook
But
who
then
took off
again,
the
but
money.
then it'll be simple though. Like, so he might just be a part of it. Who Jeffrey said, hey, I'm gonna quit. You apply. They're gonna give it to you. You take down Ralph. And when he came in, he's like, hey, what's going on here? Oh, nothing was ever going on, but this is. And that what was really going on was, they, like I said, they had to throw it off. Oh, it was 54 million. Oh, no, there was never nothing. It was missing. It was just miscalculation. Now that just throws it off. Nobody ever got nothing. It was just a miss. But people really had fucking millions in their pockets. And he even knew it. And just had to do what he's doing now. And they know who the problem is really on. It's a setup. They probably know who the problem is really on. They just don't want to put it on that person. So they're like, hey, Ralph, we gonna put you in this situation. If you don't act like you should have known, then we got him. We got somebody or something to cover it up. Right? We're gonna give you 200,000. We're gonna give you $1 million in 5 years to do it. 200,000 a year. Do what you love and bring that nigga down. But I'm telling you, that nigga look like a lizard or a robot or something. I keep telling people this since day one. Like he gonna send a little dragon tongue out his fucking mouth, slit into some. His edge so straight. I don't know why I've been telling people this since week 1. This nigga is a puppet for real somehow.
Yep.
Like real life clone conspiracy going on in Hunt County. And somebody paid millions for it. Ralph was supposed to get that job. Everybody know it. Why the fuck Ralph didn't get that job? Because it's like, hey, we even paid him. We didn't let that nigga be on top all his life. Like Kobe Bryant. I mean, you know you gotta cut the nigga short someday. No matter what your level is. They gotta cut him short someday, you know what I'm saying? They thought he was finna come up. That's how I look at it. That's just crazy though, but probably I don't know, but it's like damn, Ralph was supposed to get that position, then they hired another nigga that think he Ralph or something. Think he was trying to be better than Ralph or however you want.
I have an idea. It just we ought to be private investigators.
Towards this case. But I'm telling you, right now, we can crack in an hour and 20 minutes. Now we need somebody to hear this conversation right here, to really hear it out. Drink something with us, turn back, something like that. And you're a lawyer and like really go in on this for us. Seriously, we need a real lawyer.
Well, what the problem, baby, is I don't know how many meetings you've had with Mr. Shelton. Have you had any, like, sit down, other than right before your court?
Not enough, if you ask me.
Exactly. So, he hasn't really been given a chance.
I don't trust him either.
Why? Because he's, well,
Probably.
you've got to not give all your information out, but at least what's the truth in order to him to work with, some of the work with at least. I need my charger.
Now we ain't got no tissue?
Did I bring it here? Can you get my napkin? Or we can just get toilet paper from downstairs. I don't know where my computer charger is.
So pretty much though, that's where we at.
Can you take her down the peak? Where's my charger? Okay, I think it's plugged in over here on that wall.
Alright, I'm gonna stop this video, right? So I keep it going.
You can turn it off in
We still got 104 hours remaining. That's a lot of fucking hours. And this is 1 hour right here to record our shit. Yeah, we got 104 hours remaining that they gotta consider.
What I need you to search.
Telling you.
is how to access old calls made on this call recording app.
Yeah, we need to figure that out on that call recording app. Oh, we got Officer Rodriguez.
Because the thing that I keep coming back to is when I called Ralph and he said, Tom, I had no idea what's going on here. I don't know why they want to have him or whatever. Well, he signed something in November knowing something.
That's true. That's that paper you showed me a while ago. And this is what everybody keep telling me, baby. Even the person, remember I told you the boy I was gonna fight at Burger King, but and then I was locked up with him. Like the first day I went to jail, I was locked up with him. He was telling me, bro, you just never know where Ralph, bro. Plus everybody be talking about this shit already too, bro. They say that Ralph probably did do some shit, bro, and they telling you, bro. You just don't know about it, bro. And you feel like you the right person for it because you a good person, bro, and you gonna do right by 'em at the end of the day. And that's what everybody, and so many people that told me that Luke and Real, like, out there, we was all on the same page, like, for a while. And one day I called them and they was like, bro, I don't know, bro, you might need to check Ralph, bro. It seemed like Ralph might know something, bro. Like, and I was like, damn, you know? And then when that dude that I told you, I was sitting there talking to him when he was bailing me out, and it seemed like he was a fucking cop or something, because he knew everything about my fucking case. He even had me thinking. Like when I was listening to his situation, it just had me thinking. Like, and even like I said, even a while ago, and just random times I just be thinking. Because if that's the case, I mean, still ain't got shit to do with me. I don't know nothing about that part. But they still taking advantage over what they're doing is taking advantage over a fuck up. There's way much, there's some way more shit going on. Everybody with it. It's what's going on. Really, investigated and it's all facts. Everybody is with it. In a percentage. They all had a meeting one day. Like, this is how we gonna do it, y'all. They walked them all the way through it. Because that's what happened. I can see it right now. Because they had a little meeting one day. Didn't invite nobody but the people they wanted to be a part of it. Jeffries invited nobody but the people he wanted to be a part of it. You hear me? And he already had his hitman set up. Like, this is how it's gonna be. I've been running this whole district, y'all. You know what I mean? Like, got the fuck. I've been running this whole fucking thing. I put 54 million over to the right just in 20 years, y'all. Know what I mean? Type shit. This is a plan right here. I'm gonna get out. And I mean, he just walked them through it like straight assassination. you know what I'm saying, plan. You know what I'm saying? Straight assassination plan, like, and they said, yeah, at the end of that shit. And what's going? Who gonna go down for it if the prosecutor is the hitman? Who can go down for this?